In this video, we will see how to grow tuberose bulbs at home in a step-by-step way. It could be very easy if you follow up this guide, so keep watching and don't forget to subscribe. The most important thing that you must consider before growing tuberose bulbs is the season. If you plant these bulbs in the right season, they will definitely grow very well. Proper seasoning helps the bulbs to sprout very well, and also the health of your tuberose plants will be much healthier, and hence you get more tuberose flowers. Summer season is the growing season of tuberose bulbs. You can sow them as the spring day starts to warm up day by day. You can also grow tuberose bulbs in the whole summers whenever you want, but you shouldn't try to grow these bulbs if the days are cooler like in winters. That's not ideal for the sprouting of tuberose bulbs. They need a slightly warm condition to sprout and grow ahead. Another important thing for growing tuberose bulbs is to choose good quality bulbs. Consider them as the seed of your tuberose plants. What type of bulbs you sow, such type of flowers will appear in the future. It's not only about the variety of flowers. New and small size bulbs tends to have less sprouting and they produce weaker plants as well. So choose carefully. The older and big size tuberose bulbs are very useful because they grow quickly and produce multiple plants. Some of the good quality tuberose bulbs are also added in the description box to buy. Must check them out. Another step for growing tuberose bulbs is to choose a good quality soil mix for them, as we have to put them under the soil, so this can increase the chance of rotting if we mistakenly overwater them once. And also if the soil is hard, the roots will grow hardly and you may find such type of browning tips on your plants. So it's better to choose a well draining and loose soil mix for planting tuberose bulbs. This not only reduces the chance of overwatering or browning tips, but works as a kickstart for the sprouting of tuberose bulbs. You can also make a well draining soil mix at home with very simple ingredients. Detailed video on that is linked in the description box. Must check that out. Next step is to plant the tuberose bulbs in the soil. That is super easy. Fill half of the container with the soil like this. Just place the tuberose bulbs on the soil facing the root side downward. This is the sprouting side and it's the root side. If you face the root side up, this is still okay because the bulbs will automatically detect in what direction they have to grow. Cover them with the soil. You can bury them around an inch deep. You can also leave the tip of the bulbs out of the soil. As far as the bulbs get darkness and some moisture, they will sprout. Don't add too much moisture, just make the soil a little moist, otherwise the bulbs can rot. You can place this container in a semi-shaded area. After around 4 to 5 days, the bulbs will sprout like this. It can also take up to 2 weeks depending upon the season, so have some patience. After around 2 weeks, the sprouted tuberose leaves will get bigger. At this stage, you have to make sure your planter is placed in a bright area or in some sun. And keep the soil a little moist. If the bulbs are good enough, you may find multiple plants coming out of a single plant. After around a month, this is how our tuberose plants looks like. Some of them are bigger and some are small. It's because some of them sprouted early and some late. But it's okay. At this stage, you can start fertilizing them with a good fertilizer. The better option would be rock phosphate and cow dung, as they promote root growth and green leaves. You can mix both of them in these ratios and apply on your plants. Rock phosphate can provide many benefits to your tuberose plants throughout its life cycle. A detailed video on its benefits is linked in the description box. Must check that out. The tuberose plants keeps on growing until the summer ends and they will produce such type of buds from a long spike around 3 months after sowing their bulbs. Rainy season is their blooming time and their flowers can stay fresh and fragrant for almost 15 to 20 days very easily. And now to keep these bulbs growing healthily, you also need to provide your plants some potassium. For that you can use mustard cake or a homemade compost. This will give tuberose plants a frequent supply of nutrients and it will bloom very healthily. In a compact and hard soil mix, your tuberose plants wouldn't bloom, so use a good soil mix from the video description. Detailed video on tuberose plant care tips is linked here, you can check it out. If you need an advice for your plants, WhatsApp link is in the description box. It costs just $5.